Very good morning. In this exercise 5, where we are talking about one sample t-test, let us now attempt question 1. And question 2 and question 3 are assignments for you to be done this week. So let's read the question first. We have a research project student who wants to test whether people who claim to be successful at picking winning teams in football are able to select winners at different and chance levels. That is, picking winners more or less than 50% of the time. Now, this girl who's doing this research identifies 15 people who have ties their ability to pick winners and record the percentage of correct picks for each person over an entire football season. The percentage of correct picks for the 15 prognosticators is presented in figure 1. So that's given to us, and this is the data we have got. So I repeat the question. The question is simple. It's talking about, you can say, people who are uh, prognosticators. Uh, these are the people who are just able to, you can say, select a team will be winner in a football match or not. And we are trying to see whether these prognosticators are able to select, you can say the chance of the selecting a winning team is overall is 50% or largely different from 50%. So population mean is 50%. Sample mean, we have got the data for 15, you can say prognosticators, but then we have to see whether it is significantly different from 50%. That is either quite low to 50% or far higher from 50%. So that is what we have to do here in this question. What we have to basically do is we have to enter the data in the SPSS file and conduct these, you can say, these you can answer these five questions. So we have to state the null and altered hypothesis. We have to write down the research questions. We have to, you can say, do the test at, you can say, test, you can say value is 50%. Alpha is given to 0.05. We have to find out the effect size and tell whether it's a small, medium or large, you can say effect size. And then we have to find out, write the results in APA format. So these are the questions before us. So let's proceed with answering the question. I suppose we have read the question. So the question is again before us. I wish we could all go through the question once again and try to, you can say, understand the question. So you can even hold the screen for a while and then maybe you can say, read the question twice or thrice to basically see to it that, okay, fine, what it actually means. And then we simply, you can say, will move to, you can say, the answer part. Now coming to, you can say, the first question, state null and altered hypothesis. Well, this is my, you can say, null and altered hypothesis. So the null hypothesis is that the population mean, you can sample mean when subtracted from population mean, the answer will be somewhere 0. There's no difference between, you can say, what the population mean says and what the sample mean says. So sample mean also will be quite near to 50%, what the population mean basically is. So that is a null hypothesis, where we say that there's no difference or no significant difference between the sample mean and the population mean. And then if you look at the altered hypothesis, here you can say sample mean minus population mean is not equal to 0. It can be, you can say, that sample mean maybe you can say quite lower, where the value will be in minus, or it can be quite high, where the value of, you can say, the difference between the two, sample mean and the population mean, is quite higher. Done. So that is what you can say A part is. We have answered null and altered hypothesis. Now we have to, you can say, frame the research question. That is what B part says. And if you look at the research question, this what I have done is I have tried to, you can say, answer the research question. So you can say, look at the research question now. If the people who claim to be successful at picking winning teams in football are able to select winners at different than chance level, that is picking winners more or less than 50% of the time. I again repeat, research question is, if people who claim to be successful at picking winning teams in football are able to select winners at different than chance levels, that is picking, you can say, substantially either less or more than 50%. So that's B part. Now C part, if you look at the question, we have to basically analyze the question, do the test, and see to it whether you can say the prognosticators are able to pick winners at a rate different from the test value of 50. And this we have to conduct at alpha is equal to 0.05, or we can call it significance of 0.05. So what we do is we change the screen now. We are moving to the question, sorry, the SPSS file, this file I'm sharing, and I'll be, you can see, having the data coming up, the value I'm putting up here. So this is the value I've got, and there's a data view. These are 15 values of 15, you can say, prognosticators who have been, you can say, saying that whether a team will win or not. So number one has been, you can say, able to select a team in terms of winner 45 times, or 45%. For two, it is 46%. And likewise, if you move to, you can say, 14th and 15th, you can say prognosticators, it is 47 and 51% respectively. So that's the data for, you can say, all those 15 people. Now coming to variable view, this variable has to be renamed. Let's call it success. So I'm saying success rate of, that's we have written over there. And values are actually not required, because when I say 50%, 40%, 35%, it actually means it has got a meaning, and therefore the value is not to be mentioned. So this is what the data value is coming. This is the success. This is how you can say data view is coming. We have defined the variable now. Now coming to the test, analyze, compare means one sample t-test. This is how the file comes up. Is it? This is a test variable for us. Options, we are not doing anything, but just checking what is the confidence interval percentage. The question says that alpha level has to be 0.05 or significance has to be 0.05. Significance is 5% or 0.05, meaning that confidence level is 95%. Had, you can say, alpha been 2% or 0.02, we would have mentioned, you can say, this confidence interval percentage as 98. Or had it been, you can say, that alpha value is 0.01 or 1%, this confidence interval percentage would have been 99%. So it's fixed at 95. That's you can say by default this value 95 comes up. So let's keep it that way itself. Go for continue. And test value is, you can say, 50% chance is, you can say, likelihood is there in general, which is, you can say, population mean also. So we'll keep it as test value. We now click on OK, and we get the answer. Now we are getting the answer, and this is what the answer is. Success rate of prognosticators is coming to, you can say, if you look at, we've got 15, you can say, persons there, and the mean is, you can say, 48.0667. Standard deviation is 4.04381. Now one thing we know, there's not much of difference between, you can say, what is the population mean and what's the sample mean. So 48 is the sample mean, about 50 is, you can say, the population mean, not much of difference. And if you look at the t-value is coming as minus. This value is coming as minus because we know that the sample mean, which is numerator, is lower to the population mean. Done? So therefore it is coming as minus. Degree of freedom is n minus 1. N is 15, minus 1 will be 14. This we know. Significance is coming to 0.085. Now, had it been 0.05 or 0.04, 0.02 or 0.01 or 0.000, we would have accepted the alternate hypothesis. In this case, since the p-value or significance is greater than 0.05, we'll be accepting the null hypothesis. So that's done. Moving back to the, you can say, to the original question screen, where we'll try to, you can say, understand the, you can say, answer the remaining part of the question. So here we go. This is a question for us. So I'm trying to, you can say, answer the C part. No, the prognosticators do not pick winners at a rate different from 50%, because the answer is 48.0667. So definitely it is not much different from 50%. Now what is the effect size? Effect size is defined by mean sample minus mean population. The mean of sample, we all know, is 48.0667. Mean of population is 50%. And if we subtract the 2, the value comes to 1.9333. Standard deviation we can see from the output file is 4.04381. So if we try to find out the actual value here, it comes to 0.47809. So if you look at the question now, the effect size d value is coming to, you can say, 0.478, and therefore if you look at the d value, or you can say the effect size is medium that we've done. And lastly, coming to, you can say, question number 5, are the results of the study using APA format. So that's the result. The prognosticators don't pick winners at a rate different from 50%. M, our mean of, you can say, sample is 48.0667. Standard deviation is 4.04381. T at 14 though, so the degree of freedom is 14, is minus 1.852. The value of significance is greater than 0.05. We know the value of significance is coming at 0.85, 0.085. So it's quite high as compared to, you can say, what is actually, you can say, acceptable for accepting the alternate hypothesis. And d value is coming at 0.478. So that way we have been able to answer this question 1 of exercise 5. Question 2 and question 3 are for you to be attempted this week, which I'll be sharing, you can say, in the assignment. And thank you for taking on seeing this video, and maybe you can say attending the classes. Hopefully you will be, you can say, practicing this one sample t-test and complete your assignment on time. Thank you.